Hi friends and future me. So this afternoon while I was working on a training guide for writing client proposals, I suddenly had a craving for steak. This phrase popped into my mind. Sell the sizzle, not the steak. I wasn't quite sure who actually coined this phrase. I only remember hearing it on one of Simon Squibb's videos, so I did a quick Google search and found out that the person was Elmer Wheeler. As it turns out, he didn't just coin this phrase, but he built an entire sales philosophy around it. So, who is Elmer Wheeler? He's a legendary sales genius in the 1930s. He transformed business thinking about the art of persuasion. He created 5 principles that made millions for businesses during the Great Depression. This was a period of time when companies were struggling to even survive. But here's what's crazy. This 100-year-old sales technique was actually more effective in today's digital world than when it was first created. Sell the sizzle, not the stick. This is the most famous principle of Elmer Wheeler. It's basically the concept that humans don't want the products, they crave the experience and the emotion that transforms their life. So when we order a sizzling steak, the sound of the sizzle is enough to make our mouth water without even eating it. And this is because of the promise of satisfaction that is to come.
Don't sell the steak, sell the sizzle. It's the sizzle that sells the steak and not the cow. Although the cow is, of course, mighty important. But you never saw a steer walking through a restaurant taking orders for a shank bone, did you? But what happens when a waiter walks through with a steak that sizzles? First you hear the sizzle, then you see the sizzle, then you smell the sizzle, and that sizzle then dealt a triple blow to your emotions. And it was 3 to 1 that if you had the money, you'd buy yourself a sizzling steak instead of a 30-cent hamburger that lay in the platter fizzling.
In today's experience-driven economy, we win big by selling feelings instead of features. Modern examples of how companies do this include Apple, where they don't just sell phones, but they sell creativity and status. Elmer's second principle, don't write, telegraph, is reminding us that being concise is not just being polite, but it's actually being persuasive. Short, punchy messages win. Elmer actually predicted that we will have short attention span decades before TikTok and YouTube Shorts ever existed. In this world of constant digital noise, our message needs to hit hard and fast, and we need to be able to cut the fluff and deliver the sizzle in under 10 words or just 10 seconds.
By this I mean, your first 10 words when you face anybody are more important than your next 10,000. In fact, if your first 10 words aren't the right words, brother, you won't have a chance to use the next 10,000, because that customer will float away from you mentally if he doesn't walk away from you physically.
Elmer's third principle, don't ask if, ask which, revolutionized the closing technique. It assumes that sales has already happened, and instead of asking, would you like to buy, we ask the customer, would you prefer the red or the blue one? So in this way, we do a simple psychological shift that bypasses resistance and moves the customer towards action. I think this is really great for closing deals, upsells, or proposals. Elmer's fourth principle, create word pictures, is a reminder that abstract concepts don't sell, but vivid images do. Words are powerful when they show the transformation and not the specifications. So on social media, you see successful brands showing not just the product, but the life that the customer will have after purchasing the product. Elmer also pioneered the concept of proven phrases to guarantee results. I happen to find the link to the free document and have also added it to the description below. Elmer's fifth and final principle was watch your buck, meaning to say something matters as much as what you say. Your tone, your confidence, and your delivery can make or break a sale regardless of how good was your offer. His sales methods were not just adopted by small-time salesmen, they were adopted by giants such as American Airlines and JCPenney. So even the Marine Corps used his technique, creating slogans like the few, the proud, the Marines that promised belonging to something extraordinary. These were not gimmicks, they were proven systems that worked across every industry. And what makes them more powerful even today is that they tap into the timeless human psychology while most marketers choose to chase trends. So master these principles and you connect with customers in ways your competitors can't even understand. Remember to apply these to your pitch decks, websites, social media, or emails. So, have you been selling the steak or the sizzle? Share it in the comments below